we get set to drop the puck here in the first period. The puck pushed to the Seattle blue line for Hartman. Banking at the left boards to center ice to Pilling. Jammed at the Seattle bench. Comes back in the Seattle zone off a high stick. Who will touch it first? T-Bird's going to let, I should say the Royals are going to let the T-Birds touch it because they were the ones who high stick the puck. T-Birds trying to play it up the left boards out of the zone. Held at the point by the Royals. Wilson will spin it down the right wing and chased behind the net for Reshny. He's battling Hartman. He'll go blue line. Verhoff shot to traffic on net, kicked out by Ratzlaff, and Martirano with the pocket center ice for Pilling. He'll flick the puck onside. Seattle. He scored what turned out to be the game-winning goal Friday night in Prince George in that 3-1 Seattle win. Here's Mrtka battling on the near wall inside the Seattle zone with Newman. Pakala works it free. Chipped to the line. Stolen there by Prince George. Kept onside by the Cougars. Centering feed behind the man to the slot, Newman. Shot from the half wall by Young. Deflects back up top at the line. Shot to traffic. Knocked down. Herlock spun to the left wing boards. Chip it back up top at the line. Tied up there by Pakash. Worked free by the Royals. A shot by Moore wide at the right post. Bounces off the glass. Comes right out in front and was touched, I believe, with a high guess. They steal the puck. They send Charco the other way. Kipke's back. Charco's onside by himself. Gets stripped of the puck at the top of the zone, and the Cougars take off to center ice. T-Birds have killed off their last 11 times. They've been short-handed, and they pick up a loose puck behind their own net on the stick of Mrtka. Now a penalty coming on the Cougars, so Mrtka just dumps it down ice. I think he realized that the arm was up for the penalty. Kai Schwab doing the right thing matters. Royals with the puck in behind their own net. Miskey will work it to the far dashers. Chase to center ice. Trying to feed Kipke onside. It bounces away from him. Goes behind the T-Bird net. And wrestling the puck away from Kipke was Ratzlaff. Coots tied up. Got the puck free on the stick of Mrtka behind the T-Bird net. Seattle now on the power play for about a minute. Mrtka. Lay it back to Coots. To center ice, right wing. Angle into the zone on the near wall. Chase it down low. Getting pressured there by Miskey. Working around the far side. Dashers from Martirano. Stolen off his stick by Victoria. And they'll rim it down the left wing boards all the way back in the Seattle zone. 30 seconds to go on the Seattle man advantage. We played 4.5 minutes first period. Here's Martirano to center ice. He'll flick the puck in. A race to get it. Won by Verhoff behind his own net. Try to get it out. Held by Coots along the near wall. He'll go right to left up top. Gets it back. Skates in from the right circle. Looking to put a shot on it. He does. And that one tipped in the play. So will the Cougars, or the Royals. When you play one team 3 in a row, you get Cougars on your brain. Here comes Victoria. Stretch pass to center ice. Broken up by Mrtka above the Seattle blue line. Tipped in by Trembecki. Bouncing by the T-Bird net. Ratzlaff will rim the glass. Tapped out to center ice. Martirano trying to get the puck onside for Pilling. Bounced away from his stick. Wilson and the Royals dump it in. A hard rim left to right. Played by Lazowski. Blue line shot to traffic. Deflected wide. Coots will sweep it out to center ice to Martirano. He'll break onside right one. Pakala gets it in deep. Played behind the goal line. Parmar for the short angle at the right post, but a shot on net that was blocked. Victoria out to center ice. Newman through the neutral zone, trying to get Fryer onside. Broken up by Seattle's Mrtka. Big D-man will quickly play it ahead, trying to stretch it to Martirano. He couldn't get it on the puck, but he does skate into the zone first, so no icing. Won by the T-Birds in front. Looking for Pilling was Coots. And he couldn't get the puck on his stick. It comes out to center ice. Played across the blue line offside, though, comes into the game 19th in the Western Hockey League. Mrtka, right wing boards. Centering across to Martirano on the feed from Coots. He couldn't handle the pass. Marty gets it back on the right wing wall. He'll put a shot to the net. Jammed off the goaltender's pads by Dunn. It goes behind the net. Dunn trying to play from his knees, but could not. And the Royals will send it the length of the ice. The little things that just add up sometimes. It was a great feed by Coots to Martirano. Just couldn't handle the puck. Puck in behind the T-Bird net. And Pilling will leave it on the stick of Coots. He'll cut across his goal mouth. Work it to center ice. Pilling onside through traffic to Coots. Right boards Martirano up top to Mrtka. Back to Marty on the near wall. Skates into the circle. Send it across to Coots. Coots chip it to the near circle. Martirano sends it in front. Knocked away by Krause. Picked up by Coots. Trying to work it back in front to Pilling. A shot short side high. Martirano has it along the near boards. Work it across to Coots. Knocks it down, settles it on the far wall, pressured by Reshny. And that is tied up at the blue line. Good help from Pilling to keep it inside the zone. Looking for Dunn down low. Go back up top instead to Coots. Blue line to Mrtka. Mrtka to Coots. Back to Mrtka at the line. Back to Coots. A one-time blast. That one blocked outside the right post, and it's cleared down ice by the Royals. On 4. As the puck dropped at the circle. Jammed by Mrtka. Kick free to the corner. Bounces off the side of the net. Hartman knocked it down. Lazowski will sweep it back up top at the point. Kipke goes across. Gets it back on his stick at the top of the zone. Fires a shot on goal. Pad save made by Ratzlaff. Back up top it goes to Kipke's stick. Almost fumbled it out. Got it to Isagai. Drop it back to Kipke. Feed it left circle. Shot on net. Tipped away on that chance by Trembecki. Jam to the wall. And Coots intercepts. Looking to break up ice. Loveson. Coots just dumps it in. Krause will play it behind his own net. Looking into passing lanes. 30 seconds left on the minor penalty to Seattle. The puck at center ice. Knocked down at the Tiber blue line. Great job by Pakala. It rolls back in the Seattle zone. Hustling back out at Mrtka. He'll just send it back into the neutral zone. Martirana deflects it back inside the Victoria blue line on net. Swept away by Krause. It was with a 1-0 lead on the Loveson shorthanded goal. And we are down to the final 10 seconds of this Victoria power plays for Hoff behind the Tiber net. Jammed against the boards by Hartman. Now Mrtka trying to work the puck loose on the near wall. Chased up the half board. Stolen by Matthews. He'll work it left to right. Penalty over. Popple's out of the box. The shot to the net was wide. Popple in front of his own net trying to get that puck out. Now Martirana trying to push it to center ice. Held by Young. Fed it across to Fryer at the right post. Shot deflects off a Seattle stick behind the Tiber net. Jam free by Mrtka. Work it right side for Martirana. Stolen back by Burlock. Can't hold the zone. Martirana to center ice. Breaking up into the zone. Off the pad. No penalty. The play goes on. Royals get the puck. T-Birds almost had their second shorthanded goal of the period. 10 seconds left on the penalty to Mays. Victoria onside Isagai. Trying to drive on net. Tipped on goal. Nice save. Rebound shot. Falling down is Ratzlaff. The shot was blocked. Mays ready to come out of the box. He joins the play. T-Birds 3 for 3 in the penalty kill. Isagai shot on net. That one tipped up off the glass. Played on the near boards. Blue line shot tipped off a T-Bird again. Picked up by Lazowski. Left it down low. Gets hammered by Mays behind the net. Big hit by the newcomer. Hartman's got the puck. Chipped to the line but not out. Held in by Isagai. Lazowski centering it. Knocked aside by Mrtka. Here comes Loveson to play it for Seattle. A minute 50 to go. Centering pass from behind the net. Blocked by Seattle. Picked up by Newman, though. He'll work it up top at the line. Here's Wilson blasting a one-timer into the skates of Dunn. Blocked. Burlock will chip it down the wall. Newman centers it back to Burlock. He can't get it on his forehand. Hits the side of the Tiber net. Jammed up against the goal. Seattle Thunderbirds. Off the face-off, the Royals. Kipke. Work it down the left wing boards into the Seattle zone. Ratzlaff behind his own net to play it. Flicked it to the far dashers. Knocked down by Reshny. Fed it to Isagai. His shot high off the glass. Kicks back to Kipke. Couldn't hold the line. Work it back to center ice with 9 seconds on the clock. Isagai trying to work it back on side right wing. Looking to drive the net. Broken up by Hartman. Chipped back up top. Royal shot on net. That one tipped away in front. And that'll do it. Orange Sound 15th. We're underway, period 2. T-Birds have it at their own blue line. Mrtka will chip it up the right board, looking for his captain, Coots, but it's knocked down by Victoria. Verhoff will work it up ice. Tipped into the Seattle line at Pilling's stick along the near boards. He'll feed it across left to right to Mrtka. His cross-ice feet hit a stick and kicks up an assist on that shorthanded goal, but certainly had a hand in helping set it up on the face-off. And the T-Birds trying to jam it up the wall. Held at the line by Verhoff. He'll go right to left to Wilson. He'll fire to the net. Knocked off the traffic in front. Back along the near boards. Played behind the net by Reshny. He'll work it right side. Pressured there by Hartman. T-Birds get it to center ice. From the neutral zone. And taken down at the blue line was off in the Seattle zone. Down to our right. And a lot of movement more for the Royals. Gets tossed off the draw. Jam back to the point. Verhoff will play it across the blue line, right to left to Wilson. Work it around behind the net, out the right side. Dashers Moore. Put it behind the T-Bird net. Puck comes to Moore behind the Seattle goal. He'll skate it out on the half wall. Work it back to the point. Spins against pressure by Pilling. Work it top of the zone to Verhoff. Verhoff looking to get to the net. Shot went wide off a stick after it. Mrtka. Flick it up the wall, but Out to center ice, Coots. He'll get the puck on side, slows it down, works to the trailer. Here comes Pilling, fires his shot, and he just missed. It may have been tipped. It goes up out of play. It's out of his net to play the puck, pressured by Coots, who ties up Miskey along the far wall. So it's picked up instead by Boehm. Got it to center ice. Newman onside to Verhoff on the right wing. Trying to go back to Newman. He was tied up by Mrtka. Jammed to the wall. The Cheapers get it to stick of Coots. He'll get it to center ice. Miskey waits to get it across to the Seattle line. Held out of the zone by Cumby. That brought the Royal major for boarding by Packle as the Cheapers win the face-off and clear it down ice. Of course, he gets the automatic game misconduct that goes with that. Here's Newman up ice on side right wing against Cumby's pressure. Cumby tries to time up. It goes down low to Moore. He'll try to put it in front. Deflected in the crease. Jammed there and held in the crease. Face-off jammed by the Cheapers. Done behind his own net. Got it to Gallant. And he'll just bang it down ice. Out of his crease, Krause will sweep it behind his own net for Miskey. Pressure back there by Dunn. Rolls off the stick. Dunn trying to shove it out in front for Martirana. Miskey gets it back on his tape. Out to center ice. Harassed by Dunn again in the neutral zone. Picked up by the Royals. Boehm tied up by Seattle, and that'll be fired down ice by Mrtka. We're approaching 1 minute remaining on this right. Here's Coots. Flip it through his skates. No one there to play it at the back post. Pilling was tied up. I think Coots trying to be a little too cute there. Better off just getting a shot on net. Bouncing puck on the Seattle zone. Hartman will play it behind his own net. Harassed as he works the puck up the high slot. Drives it to center ice. Poke it ahead. Pilling working on side left wing. Chased behind the net. Goaltender Krause out of his net to play it. Martirana gets a stick to it. Dumped it down low on the wall. Coots trying to center it. Blocked. Miskey behind his own net. Harassed there by Martirana. Just dumps it to center ice. Cheapers work it back on side. Down the right wing boards, Dunn. Off the face-off, they jam the puck on the wall. It's flicked out by Hartman. It comes past Verhoff back into the Royal zone. Shoved it toward the net by Loveson. Knocked away by Wilson. Rimmed around for Boehm at the line. Knocked down by Mrtka. Put it down the wall. Intercepted by Boehm. Takes to take off the other direction. Onside left wing. Drive the net. Centering pass went wide. Was looking for the stick of his teammate Lazowski going to the net. Here's Mays at center ice for Seattle. He'll blast it in. Goes behind the net. Verhoff will play. And Ball wins the faceoff. Knocked down at center ice, though, by Pickford. Thrown it in. Raslap behind his own net for Mrtka. Rimming out the far wall. Royals trying to work it down deep on the boards. Stolen by Mrtka. Tapped to the line by Seattle. Out to center ice. Bawa ahead. Worked the puck in on goal. Gloved it out to take the draw for Seattle against Pickford. Jammed down the wall by the Royals. Verhoff will try to get it to center ice for Burlock. Knocked down. Picked up by Pickford. Angles on side right wing. Pressured by Mrtka along the near boards. Lost the puck. Now Mays poked it behind his net. Worked around the far side wall for Loveson. Trying to tap it out. It comes loose in front of the Cheaper net. Flipped on goal. Save at the right post and held by Rad earlier in the period. Face-off jam to the blue line. Skated out to center ice by Coots. Works his way on side left wing against Miskey. Looks to drive the net. He goes to the net. He puts a shot on the pad. Save. Rebound still in front. Jam back up top. Shot on goal by Mrtka. Save. Rebound loose. Flipped off the pad at the right leg by Krause by Martirana. Blue line to Hartman. His shot fanned on and skated out of the zone by Matthews. Loose at center ice. The Royals trying to play the puck in. Lopinen onside. Trying to get a shot on net. Blocked by Mrtka. Goes behind the Cheaper net. Shoved to the corner by Seattle. Coots has it. Looking to work it to center ice. Break up ice, get to the red line, dump it off the back of his teammate Martirana. Brought the Cheapers in offside. They got to tag up. Here comes Lopinen the other way into the Seattle zone right wing. And a penalty coming up on Seattle as a shot on it. Save, rebound. Loose and covered by... 2 minutes to go here in the second. A 1-1 game. It's dumped behind the Cheaper net. Mrtka has it. And he'll just bang it down ice. Thought about stretching it to Coots. Coots races to a loose puck as the goaltender misplayed it. Coots trying to dump it on net. He's trying to feed Loveson, intercepted by Newman. Worked it around the far wall for Boehm. To center ice, knocked away by Coots. Mrtka back to plate in his own zone. Harassed by Verhoff. Throw it up the wall, knocked down on the Royals blue line Miskey. He'll work it to the left point. Lopinen works it down the half wall. Try to go back up top. Hit a stick, kept in by Miskey. Feeds it left to right. Verhoff shot to the net wide. Lopinen's got it. 5 of the power play. Blue line Royals. Left to right, Verhoff has to settle it down at the near circle. Try to go across the zone. It's tipped away by Mrtka. Ends up behind the net. Out of the box is Martirana. Royals keep the puck on side to Verhoff. at the blue line, skating right to left. Working across. Miskey down the near boards now. Gets it back up top. This shot deflected at the top of the circle. Royals get it with a minute to go in the period. The shot by Boehm to the net, blocked by Seattle. Jammed to the corner. Tied up on the wall. Back up top, Verhoff. On the near wing boards. Centering pass stolen by Seattle. Hartman will skate out to center ice. Looking for Coots coming on side. Couldn't get a stick to Martirana. Verhoff trying to work it up ice. Stolen by Loveson in front of the Royals bench. Ties it up there. 35 of the period done. Trying to flip it ahead. Gets held up in the line. Feeds it on side. Ready to drop the puck and underway here in period 3 as Hartman will play it at the Seattle blue line. Chip it forward for Pilling. Trying to flick it in. Deflects back to him. He'll dump it on side. The Royals quickly clear it out. It's flipped into the Seattle zone. Ratzlaff behind his own net to sweep it out the far wall off the glass. It bounces to Coots. Shoved to center ice. Martirana, Mrtka. He'll work it up ice. Dump it in. Krause behind his own net. Couldn't get a stick to it. Verhoff trying to work it out the far wall. Takes a big hit in the corner. Teepers knock it down at the top of the zone with it. Given away by Hartman and picked up by Coots on the wing. He'll throw it down below the goal line. Martirana working back up to Hartman at the left point. Left to right. Mrtka. Shot to traffic. And a stick went wide. Martirana will chase it back down low. Try to work it back to the top of the zone. Intercepted by Reshny. And a great job by Martirana to strip him off the puck at center ice. Mrtka finds the puck and dumps it in. Royals quickly back the other way. Trembecki gains the line, working off to his left. Isekai fires his shot in the glove and stick of Pakash. Racing to it, Parmar with his team changing behind the play. Pickford trying to work the puck for the Royals out of skates, but Parmar ties it up as done. Gets help from Mrtka trying to keep the puck on side. They could not. Out to center ice, Hartman tipped back in off the stick of Charco. Wilson will take it behind his own net, rim it around right wall. Mrtka trying to knock it down, held it in for Dunn. Reverse it behind the goal. Wilson chases after it. Charco chases after him. Played on the near boards, a race to get it. Holberton and Mrtka trying to converge on the puck. Verhoff will put it behind his own net for Wilson. Up the boards, but not out. Knocked down by Hartman. Loose puck chipped at the line, and it goes off the glove of Holberton into the reflected. Followed up by Parmar. Drives the net, throws a puck in front. It kicks away off the left pad of Krause as Mays almost tapped in his first T-Bird goal. Royals send it out of the zone, racing back to his own blue line to get it off the bench for the T-Birds. Martirana ahead to Mrtka. Onside right wing. Worked the puck in deep, races after it behind the net. Royals Kipke got to it first. Chased back up the wall. Isekai tied up by Martirana. Coots trying to dig it out for Pilling, but the Royals get it to center ice. Played onside. Trembecki's shot on net. Save. Rebound popped up in the air off that chance. Coots will work it ahead. Martirana deflects the puck, but not out. Kept on side by the Royals. Isekai tried to feed the front of the net. Teepers knock it away. Still loose. Picked up by Reshny. Drop it back. The shot score. And the T-Bird early in the third period. And so often we see that's the case for Seattle. Their attempt to get the puck out of their defensive zone fails. And it gives the opposing team a rain. Doesn't stop anybody. Here's Wilson for the Royals. Left wing for Isekai. Knocked away by Mrtka. Flip it behind his own net. Knocked down by Reshny. Centering pass to the doorstep. Came all the way back out to the blue line. Wilson will keep it on side. Dump it behind the T-Bird net. Coots chases it for Seattle. Shove it ahead to the wall. Comes off the boards. Isekai. Tied up by Mrtka. Isekai jammed in the skates. Dug out by Coots. Coots works it over to his right for Martirana. Look to put it to center ice to Pilling. He'll flip a backhander in the glove of Verhoff, who worked it back the other way. Racing back to his own blue line is Hartman. Being harassed by Trembecki. Chipped it out to center ice. Martirana deflects into the Seattle bench as he moves up through the neutrals. Done against Reshny in the face-off circle. A lot of movement early, but play continues. Blue line, Kipke has it, left point. Working down the left wing boards for Isekai. Put it to Reshny behind the net. Back on the near wall. A race to loose puck. Loveson trying to jam it out. Kept in by Kipke at the point. Work it to his right. Trembecki to Reshny. Back up top, Kipke. Right to left to Isekai. Shot on net off the glove. Knocked to the corner by Ratzlaff. Dumped behind the net out the far wall. Reshny, a rolling puck off his stick. Gets it back up top at the line to Kipke. Kick it down low on the wall for Trembecki. Loses possession. Ratzlaff will dump it down ice, or I should say Mrtka will dump it down ice. From blue line to get it goes Miskey. 15 seconds left on the Coots penalty. 3-1 Royals. 3 unanswered after the T-Birds took the 1-0 lead at the end of the first period. Royals Banged off the puck along the far wall in the Seattle zone. They work it to Verhoff. Top of the right circle. Skates in. A shot on net. Pass save. Dumped to the side of the net by Ratzlaff. Verhoff behind the net is out of the box is Coots. Battle for the puck. Bame takes it. Trying to center in front. Bouncing puck. Still loose. Shot went wide on a deflection by Lopinen. And Coots trying to get the puck out to center ice does. Skates to the neutral zone. Works his way on side right wing boards. Stripped there by Bame. Trying to keep the puck in is Loveson, but couldn't get the puck in deep. More to Lopinen at center ice. Played into the Seattle zone on the near wall. Bame races to get it, but a shot short side, and it went wide. And tipped out of the zone by Seattle's Dunn. 8 minutes. Seattle already down one forward. And Hayden Pakala took the 5-minute majors. A shot on the left circle toward the Royals net. Went off the side of the goal, and it comes out to center ice. Dumped into the Seattle zone. Mrtka back to plate as the Royals are offside. So Seattle right now may be playing with just 10 forwards. As they move through center ice. Onside left wing. Mrtka trying to flip it on Ashley. Charco trying to flip it on net. It is blocked. Kicks behind the Victoria goal. Mrtka trying to work it from the half wall. As Loveson jammed it back at the line. Charco kept it in, trying to put it to the net. And went to the far corner for Loveson. Picked up by Mays. Mays centering a pass to the net. Young got a stick to it. Got it there ahead of Loveson's chance, and it comes out to center ice. Riley back at the Seattle blue line. Out to center ice. Loveson trying to work the puck in. Bawa tied up, trying to go to the net with the puck. Work it ahead to his blue line. Now it comes back in the zone to Miskey. A fire pass up the left wing wall. Tipped in by Moore. Mrtka will chase it behind his net. Work it out the far wall. Out to center ice, Martirana. Trying to work the puck onside. Dump it behind the net. Racing to it, Kipke. Worked it behind his net. Martirana trying to steal it back, but the Royals reverse it behind the goal for Kipke. He'll find Fryer. He'll work it up the right boards and out to center ice. Played to the Seattle line. Brought in by Bame. Dumped to the corner by Charco. Here's Mrtka behind the T-Bird net. Got it to Pakash. Mate looking to skate it out to center ice. A headman feed.